These people have literally made billions of dollars off these Jehovah Witness people. They kept them dumb and ignorant. And when I say dumb, it's not an insult. I'm talking about IQ level are low. The majority of the IQ levels are low. It's not an insult. It's a fact. And why? Because they encourage low IQs, because they don't want people that can wake up and realize what's going on. So they actually encourage it. And that's how they have you functioning. And they have the governing body of the Jehovah Witness, which are these guys who are now anointed gods walking on earth. These 8 guys, they're anointed gods controlling everything these people hear, see, smell, touch, feel, and then interrogating random interrogations to randomly then select someone to eject them from the organization in such a manner that is so horrendous that the majority of these people commit suicide. Look it up. Just Google it. Google Jehovah Witness suicide. And guess what you're going to find? A horrifying number of people, articles, jumping off of buildings. Jehovah Witness jumps out of a building. Jehovah Witness jumps in front of a moving train. Jehovah Witness jumps in front of a moving bus. It's Jehovah Witness himself in the head. It's just back to back to back to back. Remember, in the beginning, I said 5 to 10 times more than a normal suicide rate than the average person. And so what they're doing is creating so much trauma in people that they're going out here and themselves. That has to be a super red flag for everyone. They've destroyed the lives of millions of people around this planet, and they continue to do it, all for the ability for them to generate billions of dollars in tax-free real estate that they enjoy the huge benefits of. These 8 men live in a super mansion in upstate New York. I forget the number, but it's in $1 billion. Their mansion is over $1 billion. Their mansion. They all live there, and they are gods on earth and being treated and living as gods on earth. They have their heaven now, while they have these other Jehovah Witnesses doing the grunt work, running out there, waiting to die so they can live. All right? At some point, we have to wake up as people on this planet, and we got to snap out of this trance that we're in. And we got to stop being susceptible to fanaticism. And you can be a fanatic at anything. You can be a fanatic at wokeness. There's a lot of fanatic wokeness. This is where you get all the people that are worrying about the shapes of planets and there's no atmosphere and the sun is a light bulb and we're on the back of a turtle and all these crazy now the new one is birds aren't real, they're robots, and that's fanaticism. That's fanaticism. So you can turn anything into a fanatical belief system and make it into a religion. We have people making wokeness into a religion now by becoming fanatics. People are out here willing to kill, hurt, shoot, and injure people over what they think a person may or may not be even eating. All this is just craziness. So we have to grow up as a people. We have to realize, when we come to the point where we realize that we are God walking in the flesh and that everything else is also a part of us, then we won't have any of these problems anymore. Imagine if everyone tomorrow woke up and realized that they were divine. All the world's problems would end instantaneously. Instantaneously, it'd be over. Everything would be pristine. Why? Because of mindset. Mindset is what's fueling the beast. And what is the beast? The beast is a doggone group of people, in this particular case on this planet, less than 100 families, that run and control 8.5 billion. Less than 100 families. And every day that number keeps going up because people are being born and born and born and born every single day. Soon it's going to be 10 billion. You're going to hear me saying 10 billion people soon, right? In a couple more years or so. And so, but less than 100 families controlling that many people. And this, in the case of the Jehovah Witnesses, millions of people being controlled by 8 people. 8 people that are wreaking havoc on these people in such a way that it robs them of their entire childhood, robs them of their entire education process, drains all the money from their bank accounts, has them living as poor paupers with bad credit, and then on top of that, you have them running the street, recruiting more people to keep the engine going, while they sit back in an over $2 or $3 billion, I forget the exact number, mansions, over $1 billion mansion, living together like gods and on earth, being pampered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and kicking out all the orders and telling people what they can and can't do, and making decrees and laws and rules and so forth and so on. And we're falling for it left and right. At some point, we got to stop. We have to realize that we're all God and we are all divine, and everything is connected to us. So I'm not talking to anyone right now. I'm talking to myself, because there's only one consciousness that exists. There's only one being. There's only one. Separation is actually an illusion. Separation is an illusion. We're all one. I'm speaking to myself, and when you're talking to somebody, you're speaking to yourself. We're all just one different aspect or fractal of the divine spark. That's it. And when everybody understands that, life could be so easy, so tranquil. There'll be no problems. There'll be no stress, no trauma. That's how you create heaven on earth, by teaching that message. That message. That's the one. That's the message that needs to be shared around. And so we have to focus on doing that, passing that knowledge around. Again, this wasn't to try to bash anybody for being Jehovah Witness. I'm just laying out the facts and showing the receipts, guys. It's a sick thing. It's a sick religion. And it's something that's really damaging people. Mostly young women are the worst. They're the ones that are mostly committing the suicide. They're the ones that are mostly being put into these forced random interrogations and asked about their and all this crazy stuff. Fluid comes. I mean, I wish I could play it for you, but I just can't. There's videos, there's entire 2 and 3 hour videos on YouTube about people who escaped that thing and what the torture and the trauma that they lived through while they were in it. So anyway, not to beat a dead horse, guys, but I wanted to relay this message to you today. That is, to me, there's enough circumstantial evidence to prove that Jehovah Witnesses have destroyed the lives of millions of people all over the world. And I do mean all over the world, because they are a worldwide organization that has literally sucked the life out of